Let's go to this breakfast cereal one. I like his channel. Charles Bronson and other lunatics at Broadmoor Asylum. I've been getting into Rotten Mango too. Like, love her.
Broadmoor, England's most notorious high-security psychiatric
Hold
hospital.
on, let me actually hear. Okay, I can hear myself. I always had a triple check, y'all. Like, y'all know it's very ghetto over here. It's a hot mess, so I always got a triple check.
This place has a long and colorful past filled with
Should have brought more for like the criminally insane, right?
accusations of patient mistreatment, violence, death, cannibalism, destruction, protest. Pretty much anything you can imagine. But what about the stories of redemption?
It says Shawshank Redemption.
About that. Unfortunately, you'll have to go somewhere else for that story. Okay, folks, we're switching things up a bit more with this one. You may have noticed I didn't have a cereal box. Well, I'm doing an institute.
Oh yeah, he normally just sits here and eats cereal while he talks about serial killers. Eats a soggy ass cereal.
Not a person, so we're trying something different. And quite frankly, I'm pretty tired of cereal right now, so I'm going Canada, and I'm going a couple of Timbits for breakfast today. Let's get into it. So,
What's a Timbit?
Initially, I was going to cover the Yorkshire Ripper for this episode,
help
but
me out here.
I got thinking, why do an episode on one guy who did a long stint in the most notorious psychiatric hospital to ever exist, when the whole hospital itself is bursting with crazy amounts of potential? So, with that said, welcome to Broadmoor. First, is it a prison or a hospital?
Maybe I should bring my chat is blocking my face, my beautiful face. So let me bring it over here. Let me bring that thing over here. Okay. I double check the layout.
It used to be called a criminal lunatic asylum.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
That was its actual name. Broadmoor Criminal Lunatic Asylum.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day, people were like less PC about how they treated.
You could be certified crazy for
mentally ill folks.
Anything back in the Victorian era. Laziness, rigorous intellectual study,
women.
Divorce, laziness, rigorous intellect.
Damn, bitch, I would have been deemed crazy for that.
Actual study, divorce. Here, I'll make it even easier for you. If you looked like this, not crazy. If you looked like this, absolutely fucking insane. And I just want to clear something up here real quick. Only women who initiated divorce were considered crazy.
Of course.
If a man wanted to divorce his wife, he wasn't considered crazy. His wife was, which was fair grounds for divorcing her. It's interesting how language changes over time. Back then, if you had learning difficulties, your doctor would just take a haul off his unfiltered cigarette and be like, "I'm sorry to tell you this, ma'am, but your son's an idiot. He's a dribbling moron." You wouldn't get offended or anything. Those were just the medical terms of the time.
Idiot.
You just thank your doctor for his prompt and accurate diagnosis, then watch as a guy dressed like a dog catcher chased around your son with a straitjacket in one hand and a syringe in the other. Anyway, madhouse, lunatic asylum, psychiatric facility, whatever you want to call it, child killer John Straffen settled that debate in the public's eye back in 1952 when he briefly escaped and immediately murdered another child.
Straffen, demented child killer, fixed the image of Broadmoor in the public mind, an asylum
Honestly,
for the
fuck people who
bad.
do stuff to kids. Like, obviously it's all bad, but like, there's a special place in hell for people like that.
And the berserk.
Now they call Broadmoor a high-security psychiatric hospital. But when you see the patient roster, it's pretty easy to see why so many people think it's a prison for the criminally insane. Check out this lineup.
Yeah.
First, we got notorious London gangster Ronnie Cray. This guy and his twin brother Reggie ruled London's East End through a mixture of
Oh.
armed robbery, arson, protection rackets, gambling, and violence. The guy was a legit psychopath, literally. In classic gangster style, he had his own private butler at Broadmoor. A butler. Actually, now that I
Wait,
think
he was
about
allowed to have
it,
that?
is probably just some lunatic in a white bathrobe LARPing as a butler, bringing Ronnie tap water in exchange for protection or
Probably.
something.
And then he went like that as though he was in a posh restaurant. And up came 2 strawberry tarts. I just couldn't believe it.
Oh, well, there you have it. Next up, we got Peter Sutcliffe,
Oh, he paid off
a.k.a. the
to allow
Yorkshire
this.
Ripper. This fucking lunatic was
Yorkshire
responsible
Ripper. Okay. That name sounds familiar. It's a
for
couple
putting
names
the
I probably
fear
know
of God
in
into
here.
virtually every woman across West Yorkshire from 1975 to 80 after launching a 5-year murder spree that resulted in the deaths of 13 women. Just like in real prison, the inmates, patients, murderers, whatever you want to call them, didn't take too kindly to woman killers. While he was on his
Really?
stomach being strangled to death with his own headphones cables, his life was saved by Kenneth Erskine, a.k.a. the Stockwell
Man, you
Strangler.
could've
With a
let
name like
boy
that,
go.
I'm surprised
sorry. Fuck you, Kenneth.
he didn't push the assailant off and take over for the sheer enjoyment. Maybe he accidentally tripped over the headphone cables while he was dancing around in jubilation or something. Only in Broadmoor, man. To complete this insane
Wait, he just took over the Strangler?
trifecta, next you've got the cherry on top, Michael Peterson, a.k.a. Charles Bronson.
I've heard that name too. Didn't he
No,
fight and
not
kill a
him.
dog?
One of England's most violent and longest serving criminals. And he's not even a murderer. He just can't stop fighting everyone and everything. He's responsible for 11 hostage takings from behind bars. We're talking
mustache.
governors, doctors, staff, and his own solicitor. But in his defense, he said his whole hostage-taking
Wait, he
past
fought
ours.
with-
We're talking responsible for 11 hostage takings from behind bars. We're talking governors, doctors, staff, and his own solicitor. But in his defense, he said his whole hostage-taking past was just a phase. His way of getting back while battling against the system. This is the guy who wrote the book, How to Smear Butter All Over Your Naked Body Before Getting Into a Rumble with Prison Guards for
This
Dummies.
Turkish oil
Apparently,
wrestling?
it makes it hard for them to grab onto you. Just look at this dude. He looks like the poster boy for Broadmoor. I'm surprised they didn't have to evict the rest of their patients just to deal with him. This guy went from prison to prison.
He
but
looks
by
like
the
he's
time he
seen a
arrived
fight or
at
two.
Broadmoor, he settled down.
Really?
Just kidding. He fucking launched a rockin' 3-day rooftop protest.
We heard, hello, hello. We looked up on the roof and Charlie Bronson was throwing down all the slates and absolutely demolishing the roof.
His Wikipedia page is probably the best thing I've ever read. Originally, I was going to paraphrase, but it's written so perfectly. You gotta hear this. At Broadmoor, Bronson attempted to strangle Gordon Robinson to death, but was prevented from doing so by the tearing of the silk tie he was using.
Who is Gordon Robinson?
Following this failure, Bronson became depressed.
So
Oh, man.
he couldn't kill somebody, so that made him depressed. What the fuck is wrong?
I love that he became depressed because he unsuccessfully attempted to strangle Gordon Robinson to death. Doesn't that suck? I tried to find some background on Gordon Robinson, but all I could find
Yeah,
were
who is he?
articles praising Charles Bronson for strangling him. Literally, when you search Gordon Robinson, Broadmoor, the first headline that pops up is a quote from Charlie that says, "I saw his eyes bulge as I choked life out of a monster. It felt so good."
I mean, aren't all of y'all like monsters?
Only in Broadmoor. Still, Charlie was a different breed of crazy. He was more like Randall McMurphy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Too crazy for the real world, but not crazy enough for Broadmoor. Just a notorious troublemaker
Oh,
and
like that
rebel
one.
to the very end. On another note, Tom
shut up.
Hardy played both of the Cray twins and Charles Bronson in 2 separate films. If you've seen them, let me...
Really? He's hot too. Nevertheless, I would actually be interested in these movies.
Both of the Cray twins and Charles Bronson in 2 separate films. If you've seen them, let me know down in the comments below.
Not yet.
Okay, but they're just 3 of Broadmoor's most notorious inmates. Throughout the hospital's 161-year history, it's been home to countless others, including Ian Ball. That's
Oh, Myra Hindley, I think was his co-killer, whatever you want to call her. He's also a child killer. Wait, did he say Ian
It's
Brady?
been home to countless others, including Ian Ball.
Oh,
That's
I'm thinking of Ian Brady. Different
the
killer.
guy who attempted to kidnap Princess Anne back in 1974. David Copeland, a.k.a. the London Nail Bomber. He killed 3 and wounded over 100 others in a bombing campaign in 1999.
Oh my
Graham
goodness.
Young, a.k.a. the Teacup Poisoner. His name pretty much speaks for itself. What can I say?
Damn, British people love tea. Why would he do such a thing?
Guy just loved tea and poisoning people. Finally, we got serial killer Robert Maudsley, a.k.a. Hannibal the Cannibal.
You know what? I think Ian Brady is actually in prison, not Broadmoor.
No, not him. This guy was responsible for carrying
Heard of
out
him
the
too, I
most
think.
vicious assault ever to take place at Broadmoor. He and another patient barricaded themselves in a cell with the convicted child and went to work on him for 9 hours
Damn!
with a spoon. I can't believe I don't have my spoon. This
Eat his
guy
brain?
is such bad news that he now lives in a specially built glass cell below Wakefield Prison, like fucking Magneto. He earned that cell after killing 2 more inmates in the same day.
Damn!
That's some serious Magneto level shit.
Very busy man.
So, woof, the question remains. It's hot. That's not a question, it's a statement. The question remains, what kind of person is suited to look after people like this? I swear to God, you're not gonna believe this, but Jimmy Savile, the now disgraced TV personality / sexual deviant, was
him.
given the unofficial title of Savile. The now disgraced TV personality / sexual deviant was given the unofficial title of Honorary Entertainment Officer at Broadmoor. Jimmy fucking Savile. Netflix just did a documentary on him. Jimmy Savile, a British horror story.
That a lot of the elites like knew about, were friends with. The royal family.
You really are missing something. In fact, you're missing everything.
He used his celebrity
Seriously. Like, it just reminds me of the Epstein stuff. It's like, these motherfuckers protect predators, dude.
status to gain
All the
access to
time.
Broadmoor, where he would
Some
entertain
of them are
patients
predators.
and host events. Eventually, he was appointed as the honorary chairman of a task force charged with overseeing the management of Broadmoor. He was even given his own set of keys to the hospital.
How do you give somebody that has no business in this hospital that much authority?
DJ, what was he doing completely free in a top security mental hospital?
They literally gave this guy the keys to the madhouse. Of all the people worth strangling to death at Broadmoor, why couldn't Charlie Bronson have strangled
Right?
this guy?
Come
you win
on,
some,
bruh.
you lose some, I guess. But in all seriousness, Tortured souls live here who are in desperate need of treatment. We shouldn't let a handful of society's worst overshadow the intentions and results of the staff. This place has saved a lot of lives, and we should be grateful for that. That said, with a past like that, it's understandable that the public still sees it as an absolute fucking madhouse. So what do you think? Should
Eclipse.
Charles Bronson launch another protest and tear this place to pieces from the roof down?
He's the
Or
one.
is it a good thing that cannibals and murderers aren't free to roam the British countryside? Let me know in the comments below. And don't worry, I'm definitely going to do individual episodes for everyone I mentioned in this episode.